Hello everyone. Magic is glad to have you on the web on this webinar on international properties and startups. We have Magic team over here along with the industry leaders and expert board of director MIT team and core team. Hi, I'm Yogesh Savde and I will be the driver for today's session. I would like to start with a small presentation on Magic. Just a sec, it will coming up. Guys, might be we are facing some technical issue with the video right now. So I would like to call Mr. Rohit Auti, CEO of Magic, to share his thought on today's session. Over to you, Rohit.
Thanks, Yogesh. Everyone who has joined today's call, I think we all understand the importance of intellectual property, and in fact, Government of India from the last 5 to 10 years has been trying to drive this very seriously. That if we develop something or build something, we also need to own that idea or that intellectual property or the design or the process. Uh, Eventually, when someone designs a product or comes up with a new idea, they are so deeply involved into building that sometimes there are scenarios where this aspect is not looked at very seriously or at the right time, and that also can be a risk for a startup or a business, especially if somebody else decides to do the same thing, picking your idea, doing a China model and doing it themselves. So protecting our intellectual property, the design, the process, anything that is involved, and our expert speaker today will speak more about it. This is a very critical topic. So if you are an engineering student or a diploma student or Yogesh, am I audible?
Yes, Rohit, you are audible.
Okay, okay, great. Uh, where did you lose me?
On the copyright.
Okay. So, so basically, owning our innovation, having complete rights on our innovation is a very critical thing. Else, it is going to be a very short-term affair. So, I think this is a very critical topic. That is why we wanted to do it with our startups, with our partners, and aspiring students who eventually want to build something out. That in the back of our minds, we always should have this running as to, once we have a novel, unique prototype or an idea in place, it definitely needs to be protected, to be commercialized, so that nobody can replicate it or copy it. So I think, Yogesh, with that, I'll take a pause and hand over to you for the next proceeding.
Thank you, Rohit. Uh, Thank you, Rohit, to brief about us about the challenges faced by startup while doing the IPR. Now, I would like to call Dean, Student Development and Alumni of Marathwada Institute of Technology, Dr. Amit Raute, to share his thought on today's session.
Thank you, Yogesh. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Mr. Rohit Jyoti, CEO of Magic. Today's speaker, Advocate Mrs. Gauri Bhave, organizers of the events, directors, deans, HODs, faculty members, and students of MIT. A warm good evening to all of you. I represent Marathwada Institute of Technology, an institution from the Marathwada region who has actually laid the stone of technical education in the Marathwada region. And I'm very happy to see this event organized on the occasion of Marathwada Mukti Sangram Day. Regarding engineering, we have network of thousands of alumni all over the world working in various domains and making us feel proud of their achievements. At MIT, we have a highly qualified team of faculty members who are developing students. Among these faculty members, we have people who have done their higher education, like PhDs from IITs, NITs, from many reputed universities of India, and many are there who have done their research work from outside of India. These people are actively involved in many national as well as international research and innovation projects, along with hundreds of publications. And these publications are not the ordinary publications, but they have good citations as well. IPR is definitely a thing that is a little bit ignored by the students of engineering, but it needs to be focused up to a larger extent. So I really thank the Magic and the organizers of this event from bottom of my heart for organizing such a noble event for the engineering students and faculty members. Till now, MIT has also attained over 10 patents, but definitely I take this as an opportunity in this pandemic on behalf of MIT to note to mention that this we take as the beginning of getting our innovations and research at MIT patented after this, and very soon I wish to all of us wish to see hundreds of patents registered in the name of MIT from MIT faculty members and students. I once again thank Magic for organizing such wonderful and useful session. And without taking much of the time of you all, I take in my words here and request Yogesh to proceed with the further program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Today, we have one of the director and founder of Magic with us. So I would ask Mr. Ashish Garte to spread a light and give a brief introduction about Magic. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, good evening and welcome to this particular webinar on such an important topic. I take this opportunity to congratulate and thank all the participants for this webinar because this is such an important subject. Marathwada Accelerator for Growth and Incubation Council Magic is a Section 8 company, that means not for profit incubator and SME accelerator, which is established by members of Chamber of Marathwada Industries and Agriculture CMI. It's one of its kind of incubator and accelerator in the country, wherein a industry body at regional level has taken the initiative of establishing an incubator and accelerator and supporting startups and promoting innovation in the region. And last 5 years we have conducted 5 innovation challenges. We have received a response from all over the country, and especially post pandemic we are connected with many startups all over the country, and we are extending them incubation support virtually. Currently, we are incubating around 30 startups at our incubator, and we are in touch with more than 150 startups virtually for mentoring. And I'm sure lot of talent exists in Marathwada region and even other parts of the country, and students, faculties and the innovators, they are taking up entrepreneurship as a career, which is very good thing to know. and one of the important aspect of establishing Magic was and is like we wish to have many job creators than job seekers. So in this mission, we are sure such webinars will help in generating lot of intellectual property and preserving them through the intellectual property rights and helping converting such IPR into commercially viable businesses. So once again, I welcome all of you and look forward to a very exciting session considering the immense experience our speaker has in this subject. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your great input. Now, I request Ms. Prima Kumar from MIT to introduce our today's guest speaker.
Very good afternoon to the Honorable Speaker, all our dignitaries, and all the participants who have joined us today for a session on the intellectual property rights and startups. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce you all to today's guest of honor, Advocate Mrs. Gauri Bhave, who has been in legal practice as a lawyer since 2001 and as a patent agent in the practice of intellectual property rights since the year 2002. She has successfully handled more than 850 patent applications, approximately 2,850 trademarks, 1,600 designs, and more than 16,500 copyrights till date. Gauri Madam, I welcome you for this session and thank you for your valuable time. I now request Madam to start the session. Thank you.
Thank you so much. First of all, I want to thank you all, the organizers and the participants, and thank you, Prema ma'am, for such a nice introduction of mine. So, am I audible to all?
Yes.
Okay. So, am I going to share the presentation or someone else is going to share the presentation?
Whatever will be okay with you, ma'am.
Okay. So, I have already shared the presentation.
Just a sec, ma'am. I will share the presentation.
Yeah. Because I'm not too much friendly with this
Yeah, ma'am, of course.
online presentations.
Just let me know when to change the screen.
Yeah, sure. So today's topic is specifically mentioned regarding the startups and MSMEs, and as rightly said, it's regarding intellectual property rights. Next slide. So intellectual property rights, in common words, always called as IPR, which is the most important aspect of business and most, I will not say most neglected, but yeah, many times it got neglected. And there are lots of other circumstances which are responsible for this. But if there is a solid fundament, solid founding, or there are the number of IPR, registered IPR are more, automatically the business will grow. Next slide, please. So when we say IPR, that intellectual property rights have, in India, we are having 5 rights as of now. That are, those are patent, trademark, design, copyright, and geographical indication. So the most glamorous, I say, right is patent. And for the patent, it is about the innovation. It is regarding something new, which is novel. It must be an non-obvious thing, and it should have the industrial utility. So if we talk about trademark, as the name suggests, we are talking about some brand names, some logos. Now we are having sound marks, color marks. Now in other parts of world, they have introduced the smell marks also. And the third part which I'm going to cover is design. Design is for the aesthetic of the product. Means the technology of that product, how the product is running or mechanism will be covered by patent law. But actually the aesthetic, how the thing look like, how the product is going to look like, that part has been covered by the design registration. And fourth part will be the copyright. Copyright, I think everyone knows now. Right now, it's everyone are familiar with the books, paintings, computer softwares. As I can see, lots of people are from engineering background. There are films and by default sound recording also. And the last act I'm going to cover is the geographical indication. And the examples have been mentioned. Just the pioneer case is the Darjeeling tea, when we have actually enforced the act. That's why Darjeeling tea has a lot of importance in Geographical Indication Act, India. Next slide, please. So we can have one more click because that will show the examples. One more. No, back. Yeah, one click back. So as I said, patent is based on three major pillars: novelty, industrial utility, and non-obviousness. It should not be so obvious like 2 + 2 = 4. And industrial utility is also important. It should not be in vague or just like hawa mein mahal banaya. It should not be like that. And novelty means the thing, the invention should not be known to others. You should not publish your paper before applying for patent. You should not publish your paper in any type of journals or give any information about your invention to any print or digital media. So that should secure the novelty. So patents require an idea which is novel and unique. And these are the basic three conditions. And what rights it gives. We know we don't allow the monopoly rights over anything, but this is the exemption where we get 20 years of some sort of monopoly where no one can copy or infringe your registered patent. So you are going to enjoy these 20 years because the validity now for whole world is 20 years. So 20 years you are going to utilize the invention, but as usual there is always terms and conditions applied. You have to renew the patent yearly, not after 10 years just like trademark or 10 + 5 as per the design. But for patent, it is literally annually and you can't miss it. And there is Form 27 which we have to provide to the patent office when we get a registration certificate. We have to show them that yes, it's a registered patent and we are using it. So these are the few things which we need to focus. And to quote one example I have mentioned, can you the chair you can see. We will be, everyone was, when I saw the first patent of the chair, it was so surprising. Right now we can't think. The first patent for the chair was some sort of a log which is just polished so that it should not hurt us. That's the first patent regarding the chair was. Next slide, please. I think question answers will be taken afterwards, no? Yogesh ji?
Yes, ma'am. At the end.
Okay. So, as I told you, the second act, most important act, is trademark. So, trademark, as I have given the example, the Coca-Cola bottle, the written specifically C is the copyrighted mark also, and as well as the trademark done also. Orange is a color mark where the specific color has been registered. McDonald's M is a logo. Specifically, whenever you see that type of M, you can easily find out there is somewhere McDonald's nearby, and that M is different from Myntra's M or any other logo. And I'm loving it is the slogan. You can't say only MACD. You always, by default, you say I'm loving it whenever the ad runs or whenever someone says. And the fourth example I have quoted is the Nike's logo. So why this type of marks or logos or slogans has been developed or registered? It's an exclusivity. Everything, every IPR talks about the monopoly, some sort of monopoly. And here we can say these rights are valid for every 10 years. After each and every 10 years gap, you have to renew it. And just like other property, means if you owe building in a municipal corporation area, you have to pay the property tax. You have to pay it yearly. Same way, when you are utilizing this trademark, you are supposed to renew it after each and every 10 years. And just like other properties, this name can be passed on to the generations ahead. I'm right now working with the third generation in a business, but having almost 4 or 5 decades with the trademark, with specific logos. So this is the thing which grandfather has developed, and grandson is continuing. So trademark is the main backbone of the your business, because the identity is with the trademark, with the brand name you have created, and the rights are the exclusivity and may prevent others. All intellectual property rights are negative rights. Negative rights in the sense they refrain others from copying you. So being the owner, this is the owner's choice, owner's right, whether he want to assign it, whether he want to license it, or he want to sell it, just like other properties. Next slide, please. So I said when aesthetic comes, we can say the toothbrush, the alarm clock, or the embroidery pattern, or the jewelry, or the furniture, the list will go on. When there is a technology registered with patent, but the product is completely new, or the technology is already known or in a public domain, but the product is aesthetically new, then we always go for a design. When we know that when we are talking about MSME and startups, this point must have been taken into consideration, because getting patent might be a longer process, and you have to come along with the product as early as possible in the market. So till the time patent rights are granted to you, you can go for a design registration if you have the product. This is completely related with the product. This has nothing to do with any technology or anything else apart from the product. The visual aesthetics should be there, and they can only judge only by the eyes. No, nothing, whatever inside the circuit and all, nothing has to be claimed in that. It has to be a new and original. It should not be copied but obvious, and there should not be this product should not be in a market before you apply, not by you also. So basically what we suggest, go for a patent application, get the patent application number, and then after 2-3 days gap or 1 week gap, whatever the client is comfortable, we advise him to go for a design registration. Why so? I actually mentioned that novelty is a main pillar of the patent. It might happen, it may happen, or in many cases it has already happened in my clients' cases also. They have approached to design office prior to their patent filing, just to go for a market and get some money for the funds. And what happened in between, when the patent office takes search, they the examiner came across with the design registration application, which was prior to the patent application, and the client already got the design registration certificate, and after that he has applied for the patent, and that's why his own application was a hurdle to get a patent registration. So it should be after patent application filing. If it is applicable for patent, if there is a patentability, then go for a patent first. Then after that, after the application number, go for the design. Next slide, please. So copyright. Everyone is familiar with the books because we all are. I believe there is no age limit for the study. So everyone has to go in his life through books. Lots of books has to be read. Films, yes, but of course, listening music is my passion. I think many of us are member of Spotify also. So these are the things which are covered by the copyright. And most important thing, software. In India, we don't encourage 100% softwares for patents, because for patents the Copyright Act has been has that window. So many times the software related invention, if they are not hardware based with a specified ratio, we have to apply for a copyright only. And procedure is too simple, and protection is little bit higher than everyone, but yes, trademark can be kept renewed. It's a green thing, just like keeping something always new. Trademark is the fit case. After 20 years, patent comes automatically in the public domain, no further extension. But for copyright, 60 years after the death of author, the rights will be there. So it's a good option to protect, especially the copyrights and literature work. But the act itself starts with copyright may be registered, because it's like once you create something, the rights belongs to you automatically. This is the assumption. But if it is a case of a court battle or a court battle, then it's very much difficult to prove how you are the first one. So if you provide the certificate of extract of registration from the trademark, from the copyright registry, that is always going to have the first evidence. What we say, the primary evidence, the secondary evidence, we have to provide the source code, which should not be the open source code by default. And while applying for copyright, you have to make sure that you are using a licensed or genuine software. It should not be happen like you are using a pirated version of a the software may be in Java or Oracle or something, C++, whatever, but it should be genuine licensed copy. It should not be a pirated one, because it happened recently. It might have been published also in Delhi-based paper also, that applicant filed the application, but he used the pirated version, and whole application has been rejected just because of that pirated version. So this is the thing. And most importantly, it has lots of controversies involved in this, because one author writes a book, some other production house does the film on it, and no credit given. So go for rush for a stay application. In my law practice, I have seen hardly 10%, 10 to 20% infringement cases regarding patent. Same ratio for the design infringement cases. More cases for the infringement are regarding trademark, and nowadays for copyright also. Especially when the author writes a book or novel and the picture or film production house actually do the cinematographic adaptation or dramatic adaptation. Next slide, please. Yeah, geographical indication. As the name suggests, it's an indication of a specific area where the product has been naturally grown, or the group of people manufacture it. So the best example I can say quote here is the Darjeeling tea. Darjeeling tea is the is the trigger point when we started thinking of implementation of this Geographical Indication Act. Because many times Dalmaha tea company from Sri Lanka, they were selling the Darjeeling tea, even though Sri Lanka is quite far away from Darjeeling, but they were selling their tea as Assam tea, Darjeeling tea, and we have lost lots of export opportunities because of the second grade tea powder and all. And at that time, the act has been enforced, and first registration done was a Darjeeling tea. You can be little, if you observe the Darjeeling tea has a specific name, there is a logo smelling a tea patti by a specifically tribal lady. It's a logo. Absolutely, it's a logo. But it's even if it is fit case for a trademark, there is a slight difference between geographical indication and trademark. For trademark, a single owner or a company or a LLP or a partnership can go. But for geographical indication, there should be an association of people, association of farmers, association of manufacturers, but there should be an association where everyone can come under that umbrella, in particularly that area people specifically. But if they have written some forms, norms and procedure when they are going to have that actual product, and they can accept others as the part of their association for the ownership of the geographical indication. It is also just like trademark, after each and every 10 years can be renewed, and it becomes an identity of that region, just like Jaipur pots or Chanderi sari or Kochampalli silk or Banarsi sari. So these are the things you can easily find out. And another example I can give is any James Bond movie prior, during Sean Connery especially, champagne was used, specific name, and it was a promotional thing, so they got money out of that also. So geographical indication is little bit, I will not say discarded, but yeah, whole glamour goes to other rights. But this is also an equally important right, because if there is any manufacturing association, or if one manufacturer there and he knows that it has some identity with the local area that has been involved in it, that person should go ahead with the formation of an association, so that everyone will also get a benefit because of this. Next slide, please. So specifically talking about startup or MSME, the main problem what I have seen, that there is a major problem with the funds, and people are scared of explaining their invention. Rather, they should not open their invention before getting protection. So it may I will answer this question, Supriya ma'am, afterwards. So they have that fear that that application, that invention should not go away with taken away from them. So I was working with a registered MSME, and he had some issues. He wanted to develop one working module so that he can sell it out, or at least know how it should work and all. But for that, he was badly in need of money, and he wanted through improper investors and all, because of his policies. But he was not finding anyone trustworthy, or he was having that fear. So the solution which I gave him is go for a provisional patent, where you have 11 months, but the application should not, whatever has written should not go away technically when filing complete specification. Because while applying patents, there are two types of patents: provisional and complete. Provisional means you have the concept and you don't want to disclose it as of now, but you need some time to have that confirmation that yes, this is working or not. And for the making module, when there is when you don't have that funding, so provisional application is the best solution, where at least you can register, apply your abstract, your concept, what is the actual it doesn't ask you the details, like drawings should not be, it's not compulsory to file the application along with drawings or every technicality. It should be like, what is your invention, the nutshell they want, and you should not go beyond that nutshell. That's the main criteria for accepting the complete specification. So you have 11 months in your hand to develop your machine or your invention based on this provisional number. And that fellow started talking about his invention to fundraiser, to investors, and he got one good investor, and we were able to go through the invention. We were managed somehow that specific model, and we whatever we were supposed to claim, we got perfectly. That invention was perfectly successful. And after that also, he filed the complete specification. After filing complete specification, he actually was not ready to get it published. So we didn't go for early publication or examination request, because patent office asked us whether you want to go for a speedy disposal or a regular process. Regular process means for 18 months, after filing the complete specification, the application will be in mailbox. And after the end of 18 months, the controller of the controller patents published it suo motu, and after that publication, we have to apply for an examination request. So prior to that, examination request was not made compulsory, neither the publication was, but now they have officially asked for that fees and the forms. And this is the actual process. And many times after the examination report is issued, we have 6 months in our hand to reply, because even though we take search, the searching terms may vary from a person to person. So this is the basic advantage for the provisional, that client of mine was able to get fundraising prior or without any fear of losing the invention or the losing the first pioneer step. Next slide, please. So the trademark, as I said, trademark is the backbone. It's your identity. You can't lose it. You can't go and file someone else, or you can't snatch someone else's goodwill. So that the client of mine was struggling with the trademark as the name was too common, and it has been advised to go for two different applications. One is for logo and one is for the brand name, that is trademark. And I have seen that because of the logo, the mark totally got the logo and the trademark brand name was a perfect thing to get registered, because the name was too common, but logo was the distinguishing part. So I asked him not to go for two different applications, go for only one application along with the logo and brand name. And automatically trademark registry accepted it without any obstacles, without any examination report, because the uniqueness lies with the logo, along with, even if the name was common. So he got the registration. Right now he is in before the first lockdown, it was we have received the one of the best startups in India award and all. So please make sure your company's name, your brand name should be registered, and it should not be identically, phonetically, or deceptively similar with the existing one. Next slide, please. So design is the, as I mentioned, is for aesthetics of the product. So the client of mine, maybe we were knowing that there is no invention at all. The knowledge is already in public domain, but he has did some aesthetical changes in the existing machines, which are quite useful, but we were not interested in going for patents, as we don't want to disclose what the changes are, but we wanted to get the registration for the aesthetics of the product. So we went for design registration, and as it's a completely new in shape or configuration, the machine is completely new. We get the registration certificate, and now the product is in market. Even though the technology is already in public domain, the product is new, the machine is new. Next slide, please. So this is the client of mine who is in Ayurvedic medicines. To get patent for Ayurvedic medicine is very much difficult and tough job, because something is mentioned in Patent Act which says traditional knowledge. And trust me, it's really scary part when it comes under traditional knowledge, because here we can't go beyond the act. Here we can't argue, because if we argue and if we won, there will be a big issue if someone else can go ahead. I can put an example of Haldi War. You must be knowing that. What if we don't have that traditional knowledge barrier between for getting that patent? Anyone can go for a turmeric use as a medicine and get a patent, and we have to purchase that patented turmeric, even though we are officially growing it in our own land. So there is a barrier of traditional knowledge. And the invention, as mentioned, was in Ayurvedic medicine part, and the client was really afraid of getting thrown away by the pharmaceutical companies, which are big giants, because R&D and getting what are the ingredients and all is not a big issue for them. For us, reversing engineering also nowadays, no one is scared of doing reverse engineering. But for the pharmaceutical formulas, it's really tough job, because one formula takes at least 7 to 8 years reinvention to get proper, to go through that achievement of the patent. So here is the invention as we are discussed, it's in public domain. So we wanted to do something documentation, because it's not a completely traditional, but yes, we have used something which is already written by Charak and all other Ayurvedic books. So I have asked him whatever his formula is, write it down along with some other formulas which he has through his experience. He's almost 45 years experience in this Ayurvedic treatments. So I asked him to write it down, make a book, and we get a copyright of it. At least no one will in world will ask or claim for the ingredients written in his books, as it is already published. When we apply for any patent, patent is a territorial law, but the cognizance is worldwide. So if I have written something in my book right now, and I have disclosed something in my book, no one can claim about that invention in any part of world who has signed the WTO. So whoever has who are the members of WTO, there are 168 plus countries. Every country is binding with this inventions clause. Next slide, please. Before talking benefits, I would like to ask you, are you familiar with films, watching films, English films? If I discuss few films, is it okay? So, have you seen Flash of Genius, released in 2008? Anyone has seen it? Well, it talks about one of the Detroit-based automaker, and that hero claimed that he has developed one idea for windshield wiper, and that idea has been stolen by the competitor, and the whole film was based on that invention part. So that is the first film I would like to quote here. And everyone is known the McDonald's outlets, the story of McDonald's. It is also filmed. The film was released in 2016, and the name of the film is The Founder. The man who built one of the largest restaurant franchises in the world is not named McDonald's. Yes, the name was different. And The Founder is a movie that opened on limited release, actually. There's the story behind the origins of McDonald's and how Kroc rewrote the history to call himself of the founder of the company. This is the story of the film, which is released in 2019. And talking about copyright, I could not find anything related right now with some computer software controversy. But yes, if you are a true fan of Hollywood films, you can have watched that Gentleman Broncos, released in 2009, where a teenager finds his idea stolen by a well-known author, and how he was, but naturally he is a hero, so that person gets all the rights, whatever he actually claimed. And for quoting about design, there is only one film I can quote, Duplicity, 2009 released. And there were two ex-government agents turned rival industries spies, had to be at top of their game when one of their companies prepares to launch a major product. And the film is related with how this product launch and the design part, infringement, everything superbly written and shoot. So these are the films. Okay. So for the conclusion, I can say all these are films. They are just films. And I can quote one dialogue from Silicon Valley film that you need a proper intellectual property right attorney. Whatever happened in above mentioned movies are being imaginary hero is always going to win. But in reality, is it possible? Many times no, because films are different from the reality, and the reality is too much different away from way away from the imaginary thing. So being a successful startup, either receive considerably funding allowing them to expand or go to public even, you require intellectual property rights to be well registered, well protected. And before interacting anyone else, you have to make sure. Trust me, being a lawyer, I know NDAs are signed up, but I will definitely I will ask or request to go for a provisional first before disclosing anything, before signing the NDAs also. And companies are really eager to invest in startups where actual IPRs are registered or there is a patentability or marketability. If there is if you are getting some good brand name, the goodwill is attached, people are ready to invest and make you grow more. Next slide, please. So main important part for everyone, it's not like only for startups or MSMEs or for individuals or for a company. Do's and don'ts list has lots of important information. Don't lose it. You have to develop as IP strategy. You should not go. Today I'm going to think about what invention can be done. Tomorrow I will find out the way how I will protect. You have to write it down a proper map where you can find each and everything written in a proper way. Your strategy should be there. Without any strategy, you should not go anywhere. It will not go. It will not take you anywhere. You will be having lots of hurdle in your way. So plan your strategy well in advance. Consider all types of intellectual property rights. Don't go for patents only. Don't concentrate on trademark only. Don't concentrate on design only. You have to make sure that all 4 or 5 acts, whichever applies to us, whichever are applicable in India, are there just to protect. Insufficient protection is also not going to help you. So you have to protect yourself from all 360 degrees. Do conduct trademark availability and domain name, because it might be possible that domain name is with someone else and trademark is with you, or trademark is with someone else and domain name is with you. Or you might end up into a legal battle when your name is some sort of deceptively or phonetically similar with someone else's name, which is also in market. So do the search first. This is applicable for patent, for design, for trademark, for geographical indication. Everywhere it is important to take a first search. If the search is positive, there is nothing claimed in the history or prior to us, then and then only go for a registration or continue with the invention, or otherwise drop the idea. If you can't, if there is more than 80% similarity between whatever already registered or whatever is already in public domain, and the remaining 20% is difficult to claim or difficult to establish the claim, then don't go for it. It will be a waste of time and money. So don't focus your patent application solely on your specific technology. It might be possible that someone else has been using the same technology but for the same thing different. Mere change in use will not be patentable in India. So please make sure that the technology is completely innovative. Don't hire the wrong IP counsel. I'm saying this because startups have some specific facilitators listed for each and every act, and the list has been published in ipindia.nic.in. It should not happen that you should go. Being a patent agent, I'm not authorized to work for startups because I'm not a registered facilitator. So please make sure if you are a startup and if you are going to claim some benefits for the startups, you have to go through a proper facilitator. And the list is given in the website, or if you have any doubts, you can call Mumbai Patent Office. Librarian Shinde is there and he will definitely guide you as per your geographical region. Means if you are from Maharashtra, specifically you are from Aurangabad or you are from Pune or you are from Mumbai, whatever the city, the facilitator he will suggest, suggest in the sense he will guide you. There are 4-5 facilitators in your area, you can contact them. That is the reason why I mentioned don't hire the wrong IP counsel. There are lots of other people who are saying doing the diploma, they can ask you that they will draft. But unfortunately, whoever is not a patent agent is not allowed to appear in front of controller when there is a prosecution style. If there is an examination report, you reply it, but there is no satisfaction as per the norms, then the application will be for the hearing. And apart from patent agent, applicant, inventor, no one else is allowed. And to practice in front of controller, that is the privilege only for the patent agents. So please, please, please hire a proper IP counsel, not any other IP counsel. Don't ignore competitors' patents. You are in this market, you know what is in it, how the market is going, and if you know that there are some competitors, don't rely. Don't go like whether they have mentioned or not in about their IPs in the website or not. Please don't go for that. Take a proper search, because many times it has been seen, because if you notice, there is TM or R. When the trademark application is pending, you have to mention TM. And when the application got registered, you have to put R. For copyright, there is a C in a circle. But what is the indication of patent? There is nothing. You have to mention it. Patent registered, patent applied, patent pending. So we have to take precaution, extra precaution, because of the ignorance of the competitors' patents or competitors' IP. It will cost you a lot. And excuse me, the last but not the least, don't overlook the details. Read it twice or thrice. It might be possible. Many times, even when I was giving my exams, I was thinking that I have written last S in every word, wherever it is necessary. But it happened that my teachers has shown me कि अरे यहाँ पे S लिखा ही नहीं आपने, वो complete नहीं हुआ spelling उसका. So these are the minor mistakes which I have sustained. But these type of minor mistakes will not be easy, and it will cost you a lot when it is related with the business. So next slide, please. Okay, so I am open for questions, and I can see there are a few questions already written. Okay, so I will go for a one by one question answers. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, Dr. Aruna ma'am has written, after filing patent to a particular country can be published the same research as research paper in other, say, some other countries' journal. After getting patent application number, you can go for. But if even if you are not planning to apply for a patent in that country as of now, there is a window period of 12 months. You can go without asking, without taking permission from patent office, India or that region specific, for a PCT application or for other countries' applications. But if you are in thinking that you can go for a patent beyond that country's boundary, then wait for few time, take a call and then go for a publication. Second question was, what is copyrighted in software? Is it code or a concept? Okay, copyright is not for concept. First, it is a protection given how you express or how you present the concept. So it is for the code. That's why they ask for the code, and the code has to be written in a such a way that I have to write it within 200 words when I am applying for copyright online. And you can support the code with more than 85 pages afterwards. Or you can go for a second option, is like you create an cloud-based link where you can show the code. Because right now I am facing this, that code is more than 80 pages and all. And the information while giving the online application, it's a bit difficult to get it compact. So third question is, can we update software once we have obtained copyright into it? Yes, definitely, but you have to go for a second application for the versions, because even if you see the Microsoft always says C 2001, 2002, 2010, 2020. This is the way you have to go. Otherwise, whatever you leave, whatever you are going to leave, you are going to leave for others to grab. So, Dr. DT, does spending money on all types of IP protection so early stage of startup really do anything? I will I will answer the question with the case study. I think the investor. What if the investor runs away with the invention and finds someone else to do it? Why we are asking for NCA also along with NDA. NCA stands for non-circumference agreement. Means the person should not go. I have one idea. I disclose it with someone else, and that person thinks that I am charging. He has to pay me something XYZ, and he finds someone who is ready to do the work in ABC amount. That is not only my loss in pecuniary, but it's loss for my IP. So even if it's an early stage, it's always advisable to go for investments. And for the startups or for MSMEs, there are lots of schemes which has been accepted or given by the patent office, trademark office. There is lots of fees discounts. And when I say the facilitators for the startups, it has been mentioned that startups facilitators will be paid by the government of India, not by the inventor, not by the startup. The startup is not going to pay for the patent agents, facilitators, which they are going to hire. So there are lots of things happening. So it's always advisable to go for a IP protection at early stage only. If you see, usually I also feel very offended that whenever people say that America mein aisa hota hai, America mein waisa hota hai, but we have to take some good things from them. They don't go in a market without doing it, rather sealing it with the registration. They don't give us any loophole. Right now they are giving us because we have changed our laws accordingly as so, but keeping a simple loophole for others to copy or to go through our invention or our strategies or our assets is not advisable. So early or afterwards, IP is must. So Ganesh Kakade asks, as I have observed the people bring minor changes in the content and produce their own, like medicine companies, yes. We find medical stores, we get some, yes, there are two different things, generic medicines and patented formulas. And this thing is happening since last so many years, and now generic medicines are actually government recognized. Mm. So there is an option for IPs, all IPs. If there is a slight minor changes, then we can go for a court, a district court. It starts with district court, and we go up to Supreme Court. And even though it's related, I mean, you ask for the medicines, I will put an example where I was witness that I was there in that court. Baja Tum Ho named Hindi film was released, and it got it has some old song, Hindi movie song, and the judge actually got both the songs lyrics, and in front of everyone he actually sang it, and he found it everything apart from la 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 la, the some minor changes regarding the tune. The old version is little bit slow, the remix is little bit on high pitch, otherwise in lyrics there are 2-3 minor changes, and that's why the court said, the judge observed that it's an infringement. The same way for going for a patent also, patent office always go with the ingredients. We don't go, if I'm going to say I'm going to use 10% of paracetamol, I'm not going to say 10% only. I can give the range between 5 to 20. So if we are going above 20, the medicine will have different side effects. The medicine will have some different effects. So depending upon the what minor changes is, the definition is little bit tricky to answer right now, but courts has observed that minor changes are not good enough to go for a green patent, keep your patent green. We don't allow this type of practice in India. This practice is only in US. So patent office definitely will not allow this type of patents. And yes, if there are some people in market, then there is only option, go ahead and take an infringement case against them. So next question is it possible to unintentionally infringe upon a copyright? See, infringing someone else unknowingly, you have to prove your innocence, and it depends upon case to case. Means if I'm using Bal Bharti for teaching purpose, and I'm quoting something, I'm teaching something, I'm teaching students with some portion of it, it's not an infringement. But if I'm a Xerox owner, and I know this, the book is costing almost 4,000, 5,000 bucks, and one student comes to me and asks me for the Xerox. I am giving his book back, but I'm keeping the copy with me and I'm selling it at a lesser price. It's an infringement. Delhi High Court recently, means in 2016-17, has punished that Xerox guy, and same thing has happened in Pune recently also. So knowingly, unknowingly, whatever, you have to prove the innocence, and that's really tricky to prove that you are innocent. Proving someone you are guilty is not an issue, but proving someone who is not guilty, who is innocent, is a bit difficult. As I have observed, I think I have answered the question. So what is the gain of such intellectual property rights? See, generic and here you have when I was working with Cipla and all other big brands, they were taking proper due diligence. But when it comes to a generic one, there is literally we can't go beyond some things. So if it is if it is not a generic and if it is just like ordinary IP, then go ahead with the infringement case in district court first. Can be add a few more claims after publication? No, you can't amend 4 more claims. How the claims has been drafted means one first claim, depending upon that other claims have drafted, or the examiner has asked you to split the claims. It depends upon that. Otherwise, no change in claim is allowed. Rather, no change in whole description is allowed. You can't add anything. Means to get it to apply for amendment is too simple, but get it accepted is very much difficult because it may vary to different assistant controllers or controllers. Can we file PCT application using our own without patent attorney? Yes, absolutely. You can use it. You can apply for it, but you have to tick marks properly, because once you tick mark on some specific country or I lost. Hello. अरे
Yes,
कोणी
ma'am,
आलाय
you're
का?
audible.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Oh, my screen is freezed. So you can go, but for PCT you have to go through the sections wise. Means if you are comfortable, then you can go for a filing. And apart from that, there is one hinge. Being a Indian patent agent, I can't practice beyond India's limit. The same way, foreign countries registered patent agent can't practice over here. So if you are not hiring anyone from that country, and if there is some hearing occurs, then you have to hire that country's local patent agent. You can't go beyond that. You have to, because if it is, even if you are okay with flying and all, and you are ready to explain everything, each and every country has different provisions. So whoever is, especially for hearings, who is having standing practice in that country is always advisable to go for hiring that patent attorney. So applying is, you can apply it, no worries. But for the case of hearing and other technicalities, it is always advisable. So can we apply for patent of addition at the time of FER? Yes, you can. But FER of one, if it is saying lack of novelty, then get it approved is depending upon either your invention or the skills of your patent agent. And ma'am, I am developing a product. It succeeded in many trials and I want to patent. But for the time being, my product is little bulky and I want to change the design. What if I filed for provisional patent, whether I'm able? Yes, absolutely. That's why the provisional patent, that's how provisional patent works. It gives you 10, 11 months. Even actually by law, it says 12 months, but I always say 11 because for 1 month, it will take a patent agent to understand what are the claims, how the draft is going to be there. So think about only, if you start thinking about 10 months, then you will go achieve it within 11 months. If I give you 12 months directly, I know after 12 months you will ask for the extension. So you can go ahead with the provisional, and once the actual invention is complete or finished before 11th month, go for a complete specification. Suppose the patent is granted from X country, whether it is valid for CAS, carrier, advance scheme. If there is any agreement between that company and university, then you become frankly, it's a territorial law. Whatever registered in India is applicable in India. So, off the record, I always say don't go for a license thing. You can develop it on your own. But if you are hiring someone with proper agreement on all, you can go ahead. It's not an infringement and it is properly legal. It is valid. If you are having agreement with that company, company which has the rights to register patents. Is there freedom to file a patent all over world? It is advisable to go for when it is go for a national phase first and then go for an international. But many times, as I said, we don't encourage the software patents. We don't encourage the atomic energies patents. People are intended to file the application in US or any other countries where the application can be granted, but there are some terms and conditions applied as per the country. So you have to get that patent application done by one local national, means US citizen first or US based company. Then only you have chances of getting that application done. But it is always advisable, if it is patentable in India, first apply for India, because if you are going to manufacture it in India and if you don't have any protection, you do have the patent in US and the product is patentable in India, but you are not applying in India and you are manufacturing it, then there will be a competitors regarding export of that product. So whatever is important is registration. Please do it. Suppose we have filed Indian patent, what is the time limit to go for a PCT? Without permission, 12 months. Without taking permission from the Patent Office India is 12 months. But after 12 months, within 2 years, within 1 year, you have to go. And that has to be with the prior permission. If the Patent Office says you can't go, then you can't go beyond that order. So we are just started business as a startup to get brand trademark, which is the best way. Should we go do ourselves depend? See, there are brand consultants who actually go through your concept, go through your personalities, go through your vision. Actually, there's help you to draft the vision, your mission. So they will guide you more, because I am the one who get it registered once it is ready by them. So there are many people in the market who can give you the services, but हर एक चीज सस्ती है वो अच्छी होती है ऐसा नहीं, और जो चीज महंगी होती है वो सबसे अच्छा होता है वो भी नहीं है. So you have to use your you have to go through you have to ask for few quotations, and then whoever giving you the best thing has to be taken. And before that, the IP India nic.in site is having lots of information regarding trademark search. You can go for that before saying yes to any name, because once you register or apply, once you apply for your name, you will be on a radar of any big giant whose name is deceptively or phonetically similar with yours. Even though you are not in, you are completely new in market, rather you are no way, your name is proposed to be used, these giants are going to take actions against you. So take a search before finalizing any name. Ola, Uber, Zomato are pairs having same business idea. They are not going for any infringement cases also. because all are registered in abroad mainly. There is no IP conflict in India because, as I mentioned, 10% software patents are not allowed in India. So there is no contradictory or, and basically business concept, business methods are not patentable in India. So there is no conflict between all of them. Then Ola, Uber is nothing having any infringement. Yes, that's why they protected their name and they have protected their software, nothing else. We don't encourage, maybe section 3 has don'ts list for the patents, and that has clearly mentioned algorithms, mathematics, and business methods are not patentable in India. Fees for registration of design. ipindia.nic.in has all the details regarding fees and forms. So you can go through it. I will write it down the website of official government of India. And yes, please do one thing. Recently, it has been come to notice that there is a fake website of Copyright India, and they just take the credit card or bank account detail, and there is a huge fraud. So whenever you are visiting any website which claims Indian website, please make sure it's really authentic or not. I will write it down the official website, so not to worry. What things are expected to file a provisional patent? Also, if I found an investor for a patent, can we share the rights? That is, if I want to own 70, yeah, you can, but is it really necessary to go for that? Because where will you stand? How the agreement will be drafted? That will have some say. Because for the as an applicant, you can go for a joint application, but I will suggest you keep your name as an inventor. Don't go for solely as an applicant, and don't involve. If it is your invention, be inventor. Be there as an inventor. We will hold live questions on. Okay. Okay. I'm writing the official website of this. Okay, I can't write it. I will share the email ID and all. I mean, so Yogesh ji or Ashish sir will share all the details. Okay.
Great, ma'am. I can share you the mail post event. All the participants will get a mail with the registered mail ID and all the details to contact ma'am. Ashish sir, do you want to add something?
No, you can conclude.
Okay. So thank you, Gauri ma'am. That was a wonderful session and it was really very informative. Thank you everyone for joining us today. I look forward to meet you in the upcoming webinar. So stay tuned. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks a
you.
lot.
Thank you.